Hi, this is Sebastian of Skid Row, and you're watching MTV. Check it out.
Indeed you are, Skid Row, the first of our many guests coming up on the show this evening. Let's do it.
Hi, this is Sebastian Bach, and you're watching The Week in Rock. Rock it up.
That is Skid Row in action, Youth Gone Wild, and we have two members of Skid Row with us, Sebastian and Snake. Welcome to Australia, gentlemen.
Thank you.
You've literally just arrived.
You know
This morning, yeah?
Yeah, actually, we arrived about 12 hours ago, and most of us haven't gone to sleep yet, and actually we brought 3 band members to MTV, but our bass player fell asleep in the green room, so that's why he didn't make it to the couch.
Now you've actually arrived a little early so you could catch Motley Crue tonight, is that true?
Yeah, good friends at the Motley guys.
How were they tonight? I saw them last night. And
they were great, man.
They were brilliant.
It's quite a show,
Every
isn't
night is consistent. It's amazing.
How do you know? Have you been on tour with them?
No, I've never seen them before. I'm just making things up as we go along.
Motley Crue is a sensational live show with the pyrotechnics and all that. What do you think is responsible? Because American hard rock has had quite a resurgence lately with the Motleys and Guns N' Roses.
American hard rock never went anywhere, man. It's been big since about 1967, I think. I don't think it ever went away, really. In America, anyways. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but America has always had its big hard rock groups, and it's never really gone away.
Well, bands like Aerosmith are certainly bigger in Australia now than they ever have been.
Yeah.
They're probably bigger in the
What
States.
What about AC/DC?
Well, they're our boys, mate. They've always been big.
Yeah, great band.
They're probably watching the show.
You should be proud of yourself, man.
Well, don't. It's nothing to do with me.
That is the greatest. Well, I'm saying your country, it's a good reflection.
Now,
They're the spokesman for Australia.
The band that
They've never gone away. Like Aerosmith has been around, you know. It's just they went through
20
trials
years.
and tribulations and stuff, but this is their biggest year ever, you know.
A band that you guys have been closely associated with are, of course, Bon Jovi. What's the exact setup there? I mean, I know you've toured with Bon Jovi, and you're managed by Doc, who looks after them, right?
Right. I mean, we were friends and stuff like that, and you know, they just gave us a chance to go out on tour with them, the same way they did with Cinderella, and we were psyched that happened, and we spent 9 months with them, and we had a great time, and then we moved on, you know, and I mean, things went well for us with them, and things went well for us with Motley Crue and Aerosmith as well, so.
It's been an incredible rise to fame for you guys. I saw you in Saratoga. It's quite an honor.
How do you remember that?
with some degree of difficulty.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you remember that?
That was an enormous...
Do you remember that day?
Yes, I do. I remember. That was
Slightly.
I remember. Where's the camera here?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, I just remember this is how I met him, and I had no idea.
Do you really want to tell the story?
Well, I do.
Okay.
Unless you're. I just met this guy. I was walking around. It was at a Skid Row Bon Jovi show, and this guy I saw walking around. Never met him or seen him or heard him or anything, and he just looked a little thirsty. Is how I would sum it up.
So you quenched my thirst.
I just said the courtesy is extended. Anybody that comes to the show backstage, if you're thirsty,
we have to satisfy that thirst.
That's how we met. He goes, "I'm from MTV Australia, mate," and I went, "All right, someday we'll be in Australia too."
Now, since I saw you last, since that memorable evening, you've been to Russia.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How was that?
It was Russian.
Was that surprising?
No, because it was Russia.
We were Russian, so it wasn't surprising that it was Russian.
Well, actually, we got a chance to go there before it turned uncommunist, which was kind of...
Well, it's still fairly communist, some would say, but...
We have a bit of things going on over
now
there.
It's different, yeah. When we went, though, it was really weird. Like, we stayed in a hotel that was the lap of luxury for Moscow, but there was no shower curtain. There was no toilet paper.
The toilet paper was like sandpaper.
It was like recycled newspaper. You could read this. Well, it's great, though, because you don't have to have the rack with the magazines, you know what I'm saying? So you just go down and you just read the toilet paper.
I hate that bad.
Yeah. You just read the toilet paper. So it's actually kind of convenient. But other than that, the food was weird. You know, they had like the clear Jell-O with the fish head in it. You know, I don't know if that's a dish. I've never eaten.
Well, it's quite the delicacy.
But we imported chili dogs and pizza and burgers and French fries, so we were okay.
They got a McDonald's there now too.
Yeah, they do.
Can I see that for a sec?
No, just behave.
Okay, sorry.
Now listen, you guys, I can't work out why, but you guys have, of course, got this tag of being the new bad boys of American rock.
That's so dumb. I'll tell you what the scene is on that, okay? Listen, this is the scene. The late 80s, early 90s is a very uptight, conservative time. in the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like what we're doing, bands like us, Guns N' Roses, Metallica,
etc.
Yeah, bands that party and like to have a good time. We're all like, you know, raised on bands from the 60s and the 70s where that was just like nothing. Like what we're doing is nothing compared to then. But compared to the bands now, you know, it's like totally outrageous and shocking. But you see, back in the 70s, the only way to hear about hard rock was like in some, you know, underground magazine, underground, you know, TV show or something. But now if somebody like me or him gets a scrape on our knee, it's on like a national TV, you know what I'm saying? So it's just times have changed. What we're doing ain't, you know, that different. It's just
we're just having fun, you know, just being ourselves and
that's
just going out and having a great time. I mean, coming to Australia for us was like, oh man, right on, party time, you know.
Is it
we never thought we'd ever even be here.
Yeah.
You know, as tourists, let alone playing here and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is it the ultimate job, traveling the world, having a good time?
It's not a job.
Oh. You're nearly
close. Okay. I didn't say it.
Give me the sign. But this is the sign that we thought we would hold it at Sebastian's request, just to remind him that this is live television.
What did I see? I've seen it. It's done. I never.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's cool.
I think we might play a song. This is Skid Row in action. I Remember You.
Right on.
Cool.
Just remember that.
I will.
That's Skid Row and I Remember You. Is it kind of weird going to the other side of the world and sitting down and seeing your videos on TV and stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
We're just honored, man.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we just got in this for the sole purpose of playing our music to anybody who'd listen to it and to come to like the total direct opposite of from where we live and like have a gold album before we even play a show. We're just totally honored, you know.
For those people who haven't seen you live in concert, I guess most people haven't. I'm one of the fortunate few. But how would you describe what you do on stage? What's the show like?
Well, this is not us on stage here.
Yeah,
this is us
but
filming.
That is you.
Well, yeah, but that is nothing like the stage gigs.
Okay.
Now,
At our stage gigs, expect stage diving, mayhem. Hopefully, no. Never mind.
See, yeah, I mean, every time when we play, man, we're just wrapped up in what we do, you know.
I was talking about something else.
Yeah, at one stage we thought that you may not make it here because, of course, as we reported on MTV and we've shown on the news a few times, there was an incident that I believe you can't talk about, the old bottle thing.
Yeah,
obviously, I don't want to press you on it.
The only reason I can't talk about it, and I would love to, but I can't. The only reason I can't talk about it is that anything you say can and will be held against you. So that's.
But I can talk about it.
Well, he can.
See,
he ain't on trial.
See, there's this thing that sometimes there's like this one idiot out of 15,000 people who think they can make a name for themselves by trying to like hurt somebody who's up there giving their heart and soul to give them 100% of themselves, you know. And I mean, I was on the side of the stage playing my guitar and watching everything that happened. And for me, I was like appalled. I was, you know, I don't know, taken aback by the whole thing because it was really ridiculous, you know. And if someone comes up on the street and throws something at you and hits you in the face, you're going to go after them, you know. And something similar to that happened. And from whatever went on from there, you know, you go after somebody that throws something at you that injures you. And I stand behind him 100%. You know?
The one thing that I can say is the last thing that this band is about or wants anything to do is like, you know, harming anybody.
Right.
That's nothing to do, you know. I mean.
Well, I'm sure you won't have the same problem here. Actually, there was an incident similar years ago at the Sydney Opera House with the Angels, but I think Australia's learned its lesson.
I heard about that.
Doc Neeson. Yeah. So anyway, that's gone, and I know you can't talk about it, but
no, it just bums me out, man. Cause
it's a drag.
You know, we wish that.
Up five. You're going to have a great tour. You can see Skid Row playing around Australia at these places. They kick off the tour in Brisbane on the 9th at Festival Hall, Horton Pavilion in Sydney on the 11th. Then they move to Melbourne, 2 shows playing the Festival Hall and also the Palace. There's still tickets for some of these shows available, I believe, playing Adelaide at the Theberton Theatre, and it is a full-on rock and roll show. Skid Row.
Yeah,
thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, Snake.
Thank you, man.
My pleasure.
We appreciate you making this the first thing you've done in Australia.
Yeah.
Enjoy your stay. We'll catch up with you later on.
Definitely.
We'll be here.
Snake and Sebastian live on MTV. Skid Row. You can catch them playing around the country. A few weeks has been getting more controversial publicity than even Axl Rose in the States. Sebastian Bach is the lead singer with New Jersey up-and-coming band Skid Row, who are managed by Doc McGee, Bon Jovi's manager. and they're seen by many as the heirs apparent to the Bon Jovi throne. Now, Skid Row were playing a show in Springfield, Massachusetts on December the 27th, where they were supporting Aerosmith. Sebastian was struck on stage by a bottle which was hurled from the audience, much as Doc Neeson was all those years ago at the Sydney Opera House. Now, Sebastian threw the bottle back into the crowd and then leapt boots first, in fact, into the audience. He was arrested after the show and has already appeared in court. We have a full report coming up, but first let's have a look at exactly what happened that night in Springfield, Massachusetts.
I don't know what his name is. Who the f*** did that, man? Who the f*** did that? There's nothing in it. Was that you? Is that you? If you're so tough, I dare you to come up here right now and give a peace.
Oh, yes, ugly scenes. That footage captured by an amateur cameraman who was on site, and the finest traditions of rock and roll being upheld there by Sebastian Bach. I jest. There's a lot of people very upset about it, including those that were hurt, obviously. This report from John Norris.
You know, it was an unusual quirk in Skid Row's tour schedule with Aerosmith that found them making their second trip to Springfield, Massachusetts in 2 weeks. For Sebastian Bach, that meant a second trip here, to the Hampton County Hall of Justice. It all stems from an incident of concert violence that allegedly took place December 27th over at Springfield Civic Center. That's the night that Sebastian allegedly responded to being hit by a bottle thrown from the audience by throwing a bottle back into the crowd and seriously injuring the face of a 17-year-old girl. He then allegedly jumped into the crowd and kicked the chin of a male member of the audience. Even for a guy with a rowdy reputation like Sebastian's, these are pretty serious charges. The name on the court docket read Sebastian Bach, but everyone knew who the defendant was. Metal's #1 sex symbol, uncharacteristically decked out in a jacket and tie, was moved to an upstairs courtroom to avoid a crush of fans. But there were no smiles as he heard the full slate of charges against him. 2 counts of assault and battery, 2 counts of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and 1 count of mayhem. Bach's plea, not guilty to all charges, and his attorney would not say much more than that as they left the court.
Today, Sebastian has pled not guilty. By his plea of not guilty, Sebastian has said that he is not guilty of the criminal charges filed against him. This case is going to be tried in the courts, and there will be no further comment made by the defense until the conclusion of the case. Thank you.
3 of the 5 charges against Sebastian represent a maximum jail term of 10 years. The most disturbing among them may be mayhem, a charge of violence in which maiming or disfigurement is involved. That charge, of course, arises from the young woman hit by the bottle, who reportedly suffered severe facial cuts and bruises. As recently as yesterday, the Springfield City Council hinted that it might try to keep Skid Row off of tonight's bill. That never happened, to the delight of Skid Row fans, who, despite the incident, are sticking by Sebastian.
I don't think he should go to jail or nothing or get arrested. That's not right. It's not his fault for somebody that threw the bottle and hit him in the head with it.
Well, I guess he could have dealt it differently, but I know if it was me, I would have went right after him, too.
If they want to be just, they should get the guy who threw the bottle.
And several people we spoke with said that bottle was thrown as the result of a bet.
They're standing next to us. They're like, oh, I bet you can't hit Sebastian Bach. I'll bet you $50 you won't be able to hit him with the bottle. And then they threw it, and I guess they did hit him.
But what was a bottle doing in the arena in the first place? Apparently, the Springfield Civic Center does not check concert audiences for bottles and cans, as many venues do. Fans say that's negligent, and indications are Sebastian's lawyers will say the same. Civic Center spokesman Mike Graney says the arena's policy of not checking for bottles is a result of another court decision.
There was a suit brought against the city, I think 10 years ago, challenging the city's right to search on civil rights grounds. There was an agreement reached in that suit, and that agreement governs our policies and what we can and cannot do. I think there's some sense on several people that we think that should be modified, but as it stands right now, there's a federal court decree that says we can do this and we can't do some other things. We follow that decree.
So are you more, as far as you know, restricted than, say, other cities and other venues in other cities?
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
As for the girl who was injured at the concert, Skid Row's manager Scott McGee tells me that Sebastian has yet to meet with her, but he says he's very concerned about her and would like to do so. As for Sebastian himself, well, he's out on $10,000 bail once again, as he has been for the last 2 weeks. The tour with Aerosmith continues, and a trial date has been set for here in Springfield on May 15th.
Well, the new bad boy on the block, Sebastian Bach, the lead singer from Skid Row, is in serious trouble. He goes to court on May the 15th over an incident where he jumped into the audience, seriously injuring some people, one person in particular, after he was struck on the head with a flying bottle. It's all a bit of a messy one, and we'll bring you the results of the court case when they happen. But we've put together a little before and after, if you like, package with footage of the incident and also excerpts of an interview I did with Skid Row in New York last year, just before they played that ill-fated show. A little look at Skid Row.
There's a lot of times, like for the opening act, the security guards, they won't let the people stand up or anything like that during the first couple of rows. And Bass jumps into the audience and picks people up and says, stand up, you're not at a movie, you know. It's like right on. Yeah. It's very cool because you're there to have a good time, you know, and if they're just sitting there and you're looking at them and you're up there sweating and stuff and they're sitting there, you know, he runs out there and picks them right up and says, get off your ass. That's cool.
I pickpocket them on, dude.
By his plea of not guilty, Sebastian has said that he is not guilty of the criminal charges filed against him. This case is going to be tried in the courts, and there will be no further comment made by the defense until the conclusion of the case. Thank you.
Some guys don't like me and stuff, and I go, hey, man, I was a jerk long before I was in a rock band.
Yes, those words may well come back to haunt young Sebastian Bach. Skid Row, that whole incident's given them far more notoriety in the States. I guess that's been pretty good for record sales and stuff. Their debut album has now sold over 3 million copies in America, and this is the 4th release from that. A big ballad that's probably their best chance of breaking through in Australia. The video was shot in New York City, and the down and outer in the clip is an actor, but we're assured that there really were plenty of real-life street people around while they were shooting. I Remember You, Skid Row.